always act from love.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Film Buds podcast. This is episode number 12, and my name is Henry.
And this is Braden.
And unfortunately today, Chloe could not make it. She's got school and a lot of other things going on, so she won't be here with us today, but hopefully she'll be back next week, as well as maybe some guests as well for it. But we're also going to be talking about Good Time, and then we're going to be doing a retro review of David O. Russell's The Fighter from 2010, just because that's another film about battling brothers, and it's going to be a good show. And we also have some big Star Wars news to talk about, as well as some mail and some other good stuff. So it's going to be fun. But first of all, do want to mention the Steven Soderbergh show is up now on Bandcamp, and the link is in the show notes, and you can access it through thefilmbuds.com. But if you just want to go directly to it, it's thefilmbuds.bandcamp.com, and you can just pay a minimum donation of $1, and you get 5 Steven Soderbergh reviews. A very streamlined show, and donating helps support the show, so we all always appreciate it. And thank you to all the people who have downloaded it already. That's awesome. And so yeah, that's up right now. And again, if you need the link, it's in the show notes. And let's see, anything else going on to mention? I did go to the amazing Green Day show this past Friday. It was absolute hell getting there because we had these huge storms. Took about twice as long to get there. Just heavy traffic, brutal.
And I was gonna say it was raining pretty heavily. What was that, last Friday?
Yeah.
You went, and that had to have been brutal because it's not easy driving out there, even in good weather.
Mm-hmm. And then about halfway there, my phone started to die, started to run out of gas.
Wow.
Yeah, and so it was just absolute agony getting there. But the show itself was incredible. Everyone on stage was amazing, and it was one of the best experiences I've had in a long time. But and so definitely want to see him again. And if you happen to be one of the people who went and saw it, then let me know, or have seen another show, and I'd love to hear from you. Well, but I did when I was working at the shop this weekend. At least 2 guys came in wearing shirts from the concert, and they had gone.
Oh, really?
Yeah. One of them had the shirt that I wanted. Didn't get that one, but that's okay. And
well, you can always look online. I'm sure there's somewhere eBay or...
I've been looking all over the place. Can't find it.
Oh.
It's horrible. But yeah, it was an awesome time, and I loved being there. But, and then Brayden, how are you doing, man?
Same old, same old.
Yeah.
Same old, same old. I wish there was something more exciting to say, but not in the slightest.
Yeah. Oh, well, we can mention that. So I did a double bill of Ingrid Goes West and Good Time yesterday, and I was had just sat down in the theater for Good Time. No one else there, and who would pop up but Braden?
Yep.
So, and we were the only 2 in the theater, and
Go
so
figure.
Yeah, so that was fun.
Grosses everywhere have been just terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, just awful. I don't know how this past weekend was, but again, I think as we mentioned last time, the weekend before, the previous weekend, was the worst box office grosses nationally in something like 16 years.
Yeah.
So things have just been pretty abysmal all around, which is a shame because I don't think there's necessarily a shortage of good films. I mean, Good Time, we'll discuss that, and I don't want to give away too much, but good. It's a film worth watching in the theater.
Good Time is good.
It's good. Bunch of stuff. I mean, the Trip to Spain, which the Trip series, nobody seems to know it, but it's a gem. Mm-hmm. Everybody should go watch them. They're great. They're spectacular. Rob Brydon and Steve Coogan together are spectacular.
Are amazing, yeah.
And all the other stuff that we've talked about before, Wind River.
And then Ingrid Goes West, which I'll talk about a little bit later, but that's another good one from Sundance.
So there's some good stuff out there. It's just not the big budget things. Of course, we've got It coming up this weekend, so that's going to give a pretty significant bump to grosses. Not that we're going to see anything about that at the Chelsea, because that's not our cup of tea. Mm-hmm. So that's unfortunate, but I don't know. We've got Oscar season coming up in another roughly month is when it's going to start. And so hopefully something will happen then. Battle of the Sexes is coming up.
Yeah, could be interesting.
It could be interesting. I'm trying to think of what are some of the other big Oscar contenders coming out this year.
Well, we still need to see a trailer from Paul Thomas Anderson's new movie. Still no trailer for that yet. So.
Yeah, he's an odd. He always plays things a little tight to the vest, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've got Oscar season coming up, so hopefully that'll give the theater business more generally, the Chelsea specifically, but the theater business in general, a bit of a bump. But I don't know. It's always disheartening to see the grosses after a slow weekend, because I mean it's, you know, directors are making great films, actors are still out there doing, you know, great performances, giving great performances, and everything else about the films, you know, is so polished technically, artistically. But it's just, I don't know. I don't understand why there's been such a drop in.
People want to go watch fucking TV, you know?
Well, I mean, that's part of it is you know, Netflix, and now you've got all these other streaming services that have followed sort of the same model. Amazon, Hulu, God, I don't even know what, Voodoo, I guess? Voodoo?
Hulu?
Well, there's Hulu, yeah, but then there's
Voodoo.
something else, VUHDU, right?
And then Apple actually, just saw an article, Apple and Amazon are now in the running for the James Bond rights.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
So.
But then we've got Disney in another 2 years, which is probably going to gut Netflix. Although, I mean, Netflix is doing some of their own decent content now, but nonetheless, that's going to be a pretty significant blow to Netflix, I know. So there's that. There's the fact that all these premium cable channels are doing big, epic series, you know, lots of... you don't necessarily need a studio backing you to have access to high-end visual effects now. You know, you just watch Game of Thrones and she's riding around on giant dragons and you go, well, that used to be the domain of purely film. You know, I'm thinking of going, what was that, back in the 1980s? Good God, what was that? Dragon Hunter or something like that?
I think so, yeah.
The Disney film.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just think of all the films, the giant dragon films, and then there was the other one, Dragon Soul, Dragon something. The one Sean Connery provided the voice for the dragon.
Oh, I don't think I saw that.
Oh, it was a series. It was all pretty bad. But,
Yeah.
But again, you know, all these films were big dragons flying around, and that used to be film only because only studios could afford the budget. But now, you know, now TV studios are able to do that, and so you got all these series that are rivaling films, and they're longer, more character development, more plot development, happening over multiple years, multiple seasons, and so I don't know. Anyhow, point being, it's had a deleterious effect on theater going,
Yeah.
and it saddens me. But it is what it is.
But, yeah, I mean, hopefully it and movies like Mother and those will jump the box office up some. But,
Hopefully.
yeah. I don't know if I mean, Jennifer Lawrence might be the draw for that one, so.
Maybe, but it seems like stars just don't have quite as much of a draw as they used to.
Yeah.
Because, you know, Wind River, you've got Jeremy Renner, although him, Elizabeth Olsen, I don't know if they're quite the big names that Jennifer Lawrence
I don't
is.
think so. Yeah.
But I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there that you would think somebody like this, you know, big A-list star would pull in a lot of people, but then sometimes they just fall flat.
Anyways. But yeah, so it's definitely a lot of good stuff out there, and I think that the ones I've just been seeing recently are quite good. And so there's definitely good stuff out there if you don't know, or if you're unaware, you should check out some of these indie movies that are out, because they're worth giving a look. But with that said, anything else you want to say before we jump into Good Time?
No.
No?
No.
All right, well, let's talk about Good Time, and we have a clip. Let's take a listen.
Percy, I gotta come clean with you about something.
What?
So I told you about my brother, yeah? I told you about the program he's forced to attend and how he shouldn't be there.
Don't count your chickens before they hatch. Do you understand that?
No.
Something happened. I don't know exactly what. My brother's been arrested. He's being held at Rikers Island. He could get killed in there.
Sorry, I just have a client that walked in.
We good?
When you get another 10 grand, your brother will get out.
Where are you? How much money can you get right now? Come on, bro.
Oh my gosh.
Are you kidding me? What do you think I'm doing this for? I want to get him out tonight.
Good Time is directed by Benny Safdie and Josh Safdie, or Safdie. Stars Robert Pattinson, Benny Safdie as well, Jennifer Jason Leigh, and then Barkhad Abdi. And the plot synopsis is: a bank robber finds himself unable to evade his pursuers. A little basic there.
That's pretty basic. Yeah.
Definitely more of a film about brothers than the plot synopsis is saying.
In a sense, I don't know really to what extent it's about brothers, because obviously the connection between Constantine and Nicholas, it's there and there's love, but I mean it starts off in looking at the fraternal relationship between the two of them, but then I think that sort of quickly falls by the wayside, and it's more a study of this Constantine Nikas.
Yeah, Nikas.
Constantine Nikas, who is just the absolute worst sort of self-interested human being out. I mean, he's just awful. And the whole film is essentially everybody that gets caught in his wake is destroyed.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not even...
Even though most of the people he encounters are not good people either.
No, they're not. They're all pretty, you know, I don't want to say necessarily reprehensible, but they're all not the greatest of people. I mean, although, you know, the security guard,
Yeah.
right, played by Barkhad Abdi, he's just a security guard. He does security. There's nothing really terrible about him. But yeah, everybody else is pretty sketchy.
Pretty terrible, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I enjoyed the movie a good bit. I didn't love it like I feel like some people I know did, and it's definitely getting a lot of praise, at least from critics. And I really enjoyed the first act in particular, where you really have the dynamic of Robert Pattinson's character and his brother, who's, I guess, has some form of mental handicap, like autism.
He's got some sort of learning disability.
Yeah, autism, something like that. And I love their dynamics, and because while the Robert Pattinson character is not really that good, you can still see that he cares for his brother, even though he does all these things that gets him in trouble.
Yeah.
And so it's very gray, a big gray area in that sense. But I loved anytime they were doing something together, I loved. But then there's a point where, I mean, it's not in the synopsis, but you see it in the trailer. The Pattinson's brother gets put in jail after a bad bank robbery, and then he disappears for most of the film. And I was a little disappointed with that, because I was hoping it would be more about those two together. And so it's mostly just Robert Pattinson on a kind of a journey through the underworld, in a sense. And it just kind of, at times it meandered a little much, that I was not really that interested in, and then indulged with characters that didn't really have a big say in the story.
That's one thing that sort of lost me, is I think you're right. The first part where there's more interaction, I mean, particularly with his brother, and there were a few glimmers of that in the second part, like the bit where they're in the security guard's apartment after they've beaten the tar out of him, dosed him up with horrible acid, and then essentially taken his belongings and moved into his apartment to have sort of headquarters for all this, you know, dealing stuff that they've got going on.
Yeah.
But at that point, he and that other fellow, Trevor, I think his name was, the guy that he broke out of the hospital thinking
Yeah.
it was his brother, and then it's not his brother. And I mean, that guy who's horrible, just a terrible person. The conversation that the two of them have. And I thought that was really interesting. It gave some insight into the character. And so there were a few bits of this really remarkable interaction. I mean, the dialogue is great when there's
Oh,
dialogue
yeah.
in the film, but it's very terse, it's very sparse. There's not a lot of interactive moments in the film. And yeah, I mean, the second half for me, it started towards the end. It started to drag a little bit because it's
Yeah.
so many shots of now we have a 5-minute shot of them driving down the Long Island Expressway
Yeah.
and turning off here and then eating burger. And I mean, they're done really well. I mean, the helicopter shots and the ultra saturation of the light and all the reflection stuff. And I mentioned this the other day after the film. Reminds me a little bit of some Nicholas Winding Refn type stuff.
Yeah.
But it did drag a little bit with all the, and they're driving down over here and now they're driving off the Queens Express, whatever.
And because I felt like the first act in particular was very fast paced.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you spend a lot of time in this house, which won't really give away too many spoilers here, but spend time a lot in this house. And then again, then you spend a lot of time at an amusement park. And so it really lingers in areas that I don't think it needs to linger as much as it did.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, I mean, I don't think I was ever really bored, but I was kind of waiting for things to happen at times.
That's how I was. It wasn't really that I was bored because, I mean, generally the pace of the film, particularly in the first half, is very frenetic. But then the second half of the film, it sort of winds down a little bit. And, they spend a lot of time, okay, now we're driving and now we're in a fun house and, it doesn't feel extraneous. It doesn't feel like it's pointless in the film, but it does feel as though in certain parts it drags a bit. But I don't know. I mean, it was such a fascinating character study because again, the relationship between the Constantine and Nicholas Nikas. I mean, it falls out in the middle, and it turns into this just a character study of Constantine and just how awful he is. And I think it's kind of telling that all this stuff that he's doing, supposedly for his brother, just seems more for himself in a way.
Yeah, I would agree.
I mean, it's mostly, again, the one thing that he could do to make all of this go away is just turn himself in. That's it. Easiest thing ever. No
Yeah.
problems. But the entire film is premised on him trying to save his own neck. Keep out of the hands of police. Get together the money to post bail for his brother. Which, how the hell is he going to post bail for this brother when he's a wanted man anyways? I don't know. Strange things like that. I don't understand.
Robert Pattinson was great.
Oh yeah.
It's by far his best performance, and it's good to see that. I mean, he's been in The Rover, which he was quite good in, and then I think there's one other that I can't think of right now. But it's good to see someone like him, and then Daniel Radcliffe. Unfortunately, Chloe isn't here to back me up here, but in terms of them being able to separate themselves from these huge
From the Harry Potter.
young adult franchises, and he definitely can, I think.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, he's obviously a spectacular actor. I mean, what was the thing?
Oh, Lost City of Z. That's what he was in earlier this year.
Yeah, he was in Lost City of Z earlier this
Yeah.
year. And what was the thing that not Holy Motors? It was Transmetropolitan
Cosmopolis?
Cosmopolis. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't crazy about that movie, but he was. What I remember, he was all right. I really don't remember anything from that.
I mean, he's taken on some challenging roles, though.
Yeah.
Some stuff which is not, I'm going to stick with the big budget and I'm going to be pretty. And then this one, he just looks like a bedraggled piece of shit.
Gross, yeah.
I mean, particularly with the blonde hair dye. Woof.
Yeah.
But I mean, I like the fact that he's not just banking on his look at me, I'm pretty Edward from Twilight. He said, I'm gonna go make some challenging films.
Yeah.
and it's worked for him. And I mean, this was by far, it was a challenging role. It's a challenging film, and he did a spectacular job.
Yeah, and I like the brother who I guess is the co-director.
Yeah.
Benny Safdie.
Benny Safdie,
who plays the brother with the whatever type of mental handicap that is. But he's great, and there's an opening scene I thought was amazing.
Yeah.
Where it's mostly the camera's just on this brother, and he's talking to a counselor of sorts, and it's really heartbreaking because he's asking him all these questions of like, what do you think? Don't
count your chickens before they hatch.
And all these other ones, and you can see he's struggling to figure out what it means aside from just the obvious. And it's just in terms of his performance, it was great. And so I really liked him, and so I was sad to see that he wasn't in the movie as much as I wanted.
Yeah.
And then Jennifer Jason Leigh, who was in, I guess, The Hateful Eight was her last big.
Yeah, she's in this for only 5 minutes, and
Yeah,
it was a shame.
which-
I would have liked to seen a bit more of her.
But the thing is, it felt, again, that was another character that it kind of lingered on towards the beginning that I don't know, I wasn't really interested in her that much. She was just, and I don't know, what wasn't crazy about her.
I mean, she was. Well, I mean, I think that was the whole point. Is she's sort of a throwaway character, and obviously she's to Pattinson, she's the throwaway character. She's just a source of money. I mean, that's
Yeah.
all she is. She's just a cougar, and not a very convincing one at that. Not because of Jennifer Jason Leigh's performance, but she's completely under the thumb of her tyrannical mother,
Yeah.
who knows what's going on between her and this total reprobate Konstantin Nikas, and is trying to stop it. But of course, the daughter, I mean, who's Jennifer Jason Leigh's in her 50s now,
Yeah.
and so this woman, the character, who's obviously much older than Robert Pattinson's character, and she still acts like a teenager,
Yeah.
and she's just the worst kind of person. And
She's just so overblown in terms of her emotions.
yeah, she throws a temper tantrum about everything. She's constantly fighting her mother. She's calling her mother all kinds of just horrible stuff. And the mom's doing things like asking the doorman to let him know if she leaves the building, and she's cutting off a credit card. I mean, it just all kinds of stuff. And so it's this battle between the two of them, which obviously Robert Pattinson's character is the crux of that. And so again, he's destroying the lives of all these people he meets. So again, this Jennifer Jason Leigh, who's a lonely older woman, her life is completely destroyed. Her relationship with her mother's destroyed. And then the woman at the hospital with the guy on the bus, and then they go to the house, and then the teenage daughter, and all of their lives are completely just turned upside down.
Yeah.
And then poor Barkhad Abdi, the security guard, he gets beaten to a pulp, and then the last guy, who I won't say what happened to him, but the one who was thought was his brother.
His life changes instantly.
Yeah.
And so it's like, and so they do spend a lot of time with this teenage girl, and there's an odd scene where he just starts kissing her, this underage girl, and it doesn't, you don't really get a motivation why, and there's no real.
Well, he did it spur of the moment in order to distract her from, because they were talking about the story of his robbery on the TV.
Yeah.
And so he does this, and that's the thing, is he understands, he's a charismatic guy. He's got a sort of a magnetic sort of force of will, and he's able to exert this on people. Always for the worse. Never for the best, always for the worse. And so, I mean, the whole sort of not even romantic, I guess you could call it sexual, although it's not even really sexual, sort of. But that whole interlude, it was just to distract her from the news on the TV. And you'll notice how, when the fellow wakes up from his stupor and starts screaming, he just drops her and goes on to the next thing.
Yeah.
I mean, he has absolutely no connection to anybody but his brother. And even that is more, it's if you weigh my connection to myself with self-preservation, self-interest versus love for my brother. I mean, it still is weighted heavily in terms of self-preservation.
I mean, even like the scene where the bank robbery goes wrong and they're running through this mall and they get separated. Pattinson's character, looks for his brother a little bit and yells for him, and then he just
Takes
bolts.
off, yeah.
And then the brother is completely, so with the position he's in, he's completely helpless.
Yeah.
And then ends up in prison, and so he's clearly a very selfish character, but for some reason you're still compelled to see what he's doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's great. I hope he does more roles like this. So
Yeah. It was a fascinating role. And it was a great, honestly, I mean, it was a very strong film. This is the first film that these guys have done, Benny and Josh Safdie.
I think so.
And I thought it was quite well done.
I like the score as well.
Yeah, only one tricks point never. I've never understood one tricks.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd never heard of him before this.
Yeah, I've seen his name popping up quite a bit. I mean, he's been a big dandy in the electronic scene for a while. And Odeker, and I'm trying to think of some of the other
Sounded
ones,
like
but-
Blade Runner a little bit.
But yeah, I mean, well, that's the thing is, so many scores these days are, the electronic thing, and it's a throwback to sort of 80s synthesizer, horror movie, sci-fi film scores.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the score. I think at times it was maybe a little too much for what the scene was, what you saw going on. But I mean, it's still so interesting and still very keeps you on edge, I think.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole point of the film, is it's trying to keep you on the edge of your seat. Very, again, I think I used this word before, but frenetic. I mean, that's what it is. It's constant movement, and then the lights and everything about it is just moving. And then the soundtrack really accentuates that, I think.
Yeah.
So.
And I did like the bank robbery sequence where they wear these prosthetic masks and it goes fine completely in the bank, and then things go terribly awry afterwards.
Yeah.
And so it's a very well done sequence, and it's cool to see how, because we have seen so many bank robberies in films, how people are changing it up, or at least trying to change it in terms of making it feel fresh and new. And then I did like how the when they looked into the bag of money, how that plays out. I really liked in the car. So
Oh, it was just funny. I mean, because I was watching that scene and kept going through my head.
yeah,
Because George Clooney's character, Foley, in that one, he goes into the bank and he says, know this, know that, don't pull any of this crap. I'm not doing that. Just give me what you have in your drawer, and then I'm out of here.
yeah,
And I mean, he's quick, he's clean, he knows what he's doing, as opposed to this one where it's these buffoons. I mean, the one brother who obviously is not the, and I'm not talking about Nicholas, but the one brother who's a normal guy who doesn't even seem all that together and intelligent. Dragging along his poor learning disabled brother, who obviously has no stake in this, had no choice in the matter, had no clue what was going on.
yeah,
And so that was kind of funny watching that versus watching the character George Clooney in Out of Sight.
oh right, yeah,
Right. So, I mean, you got this guy who's professional. He's done this before. He knows what to do. He gets his thing, gets out. The only reason he gets trapped is because he's got a piece of shit car. And then the other one where these guys go through all these preposterous men. They've got these masks, and they've got 3 changes of clothes that they're each wearing, and all this kind of stuff, and still everything goes wrong.
yeah,
Because they're so focused on the trappings rather than the actual act itself.
yeah. And it also, in terms of what happens in the car, I don't know if you saw 999, early last year, is John Hillcoat film. There's a really good bank robbery sequence in the beginning, and something similar happens to what happens in Good Time, and one of the things that stops them from this perfect bank robbery is traffic.
Yeah.
And so it's like these just tiny little things, you know, a shitty car, heavy traffic just by chance, or, you know, just an unfortunate circumstance, or maybe biting off more than you can chew. And so it's well done, and was definitely one of my favorite parts of the film. So
Yeah. Well, it's just interesting looking at that versus Logan Lucky, which again, so many things sort of fell into place for them. So it's interesting to see sort of the disaster heist film versus the everything goes right heist film.
Yeah, and
But-
I would like to see some more bank robbery attempts that maybe they go wrong in the bank, and they have to solve more issues while in the bank, because most of the ones that you're seeing now is bank robbery goes fine, and then it's what happens outside, which obviously there are more creative choices in what you can do with that, but I like issues or situation inside the bank. I think
Inside Man.
yeah, exactly.
Great film.
Yeah.
Absolutely spectacular. So good. So good.
Yeah. And then you have even like The Dark Knight, where there are certain things that happen, you know, with like the guy with the shotgun
Oh, yeah.
and all that stuff, you know, so that's cool.
Yeah. The second one in the series, right?
Yeah, the
Beginning of the film?
Joker
Right.
one, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, Good Time isn't really a heist film, though.
No.
So don't let us.
Good bank robbery sequence, but not a heist
Yeah.
movie.
No, it's a very short part of the film that sets up the rest of the film. But I mean, you know, it was good. I thought it was a really strong attempt for first. I mean, it dragged in a few places, but I never felt. I really hated a lot of the characters.
Oh yeah.
They're not there for me to like, though, but I thought they served their purpose, and all of the dialogue I thought was so terse, so direct. It's really spectacular. And really the longest piece of dialogue, it's not even dialogue that you get, it's the monologue, the story that one guy tells.
Yeah.
And I'm still trying to figure out why that was the longest piece of sort of continuous.
Yeah, exactly. It's a little strange, a little uneven, I think. And so, I mean, I know some people that absolutely loved it and haven't brought up that at all, which is fine, but for me, it did meander a little too much and lingered on characters and scenes that didn't have much play by the end of the film. And so definitely, I mean, still a very strong film, and it's a really good year for indie movies, I think.
Yeah.
Indie movies are winning out, I think, and it's, I mean, even not financially, obviously,
well,
but we're still getting so many good ones that it's nice to see.
Well, that's the thing I don't understand is why studios are still making, because I mean, so many of these films are just not lucrative, but they can make them so cheaply,
Yeah.
I guess, is the main thing. And so these guys do a few films, smaller films, indie films. The studio gives them the budget and says, okay, let's see what you get in terms of critical, because, you know, we've got the money. We know we're most likely going to take a loss on this, but you know what? We'll see what you do. If you can do it and you get some critical, you generate some critical buzz, then we'll kick you up to the big boy films and we'll give you a massive budget and you'll do the next Spider-Man. You'll do the next Green Lantern, whatever. Right? And so it seems as though these smaller films are kind of now just it's kind of like the farm league for the big budget superhero films or something.
Yeah. And like, I think Wind River in particular is doing pretty well, both financially and critically. Like I was at Subway the other day and I heard the people behind the counter talking about it. And then there was a guy who came in to the shop who was talking to his friend about it. And so it seems like that one especially is getting a lot of praise. And everyone seems to know that, yes, this is written by the guy who did
Sicario, yeah.
and Hell or High Water. But this is the thing. I hear people bring up Hell or High Water. Then I say, oh, well, you know, he did Sicario as well. They're like, oh, yeah. And so it seems
Really?
like the audience, the I guess mainstream audience prefers Hell or High Water, which I mean, I guess is understandable. It's more charming and more lighthearted, but whereas Sicario is very dark and
Yeah.
provocative, and
Well,
so
that's just me, dark and provocative.
yeah, exactly. I mean, I love both of the movies, but I do think Sicario is better. But anyways, getting back on track. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I did think the very, very end scene was a little heavy-handed. Do you know what I'm talking about? Where they're like, cross if you've ever done something wrong or gotten blamed for something you didn't do. And it's like, I mean, I know what they're trying to do, but maybe it was maybe a little too much.
Yeah.
But I still really enjoyed that final scene because you see he's actually found a place where he belongs. So, or I mean, can actually improve himself. and
Yeah.
Be with
Well,
people.
it's the kind of care that he should have been receiving in the first place, instead of, you know, the ministrations of his brother, which pulls him out of the help with this psychiatric counselor, whatever this fellow is, and then leads him to a bank robbery. And then you see how awful this brother is and destroys the lives of everybody else around him, that he just, not even people that he cares, these are not even people that he has anything, I guess, which is why it's easier for him to destroy their lives. But nonetheless, it's not as though he goes out of his way to cause them problems.
Yeah.
He's just such a terrible person that everything he does has negative ramifications.
Yeah, I mean it's a hard thing to pin down exactly because
Yeah.
he has a goal in mind, and so he's definitely using people, but then maybe it's just the performance by Pattinson that you kind of see another side to it. So
Yeah. But I just thought it was telling at the end of the film, you know, his brother is back in courses, classes, treatment for people who have these disabilities, and the way that he was released, obviously, you know, is because Constantine now is, I don't think this is necessarily a spoiler. This is, you know, there are a few things that are spoilerish, which I won't say, but I don't know if it is necessarily.
let's say he gives up himself to help out
Yeah.
his brother. So
And the funny thing about it is, the only condition under which he sort of makes a statement to absolve his brother is when he's already in prison. Mm-hmm. They've caught him. He has no recourse now.
yeah,
So I mean, the whole film is premised on him trying to save his own neck, in a way that he's able, or help his brother in a way that he's able to sort of save his own neck. Mm-hmm. So I mean, he's just the worst kind of person, you know.
Yeah.
And you see his poor brother, who obviously can't get along in regular society, is thrown into jail with some really hardened,
Criminals.
awful people, and has difficulty adjusting socially, and just has the absolute shit beaten out of him. Mm-hmm. And it's painful to watch that.
yeah.
It's painful to watch that, and you know.
A lot of people get the shit beat out of them in this movie.
Yeah, this is true. They
So-
do.
Yeah, I mean, it's a brutal film at times, so it's not for the faint of heart, I suppose. But it's definitely worth seeing. Anything else?
No, pretty strong overall. Did drag in a few places, but I don't know that I felt as though there was really anything extraneous. I thought all the minor characters, even, you know, Jennifer Jason Leigh, they were there to accentuate just how awful this Konstantin Nikas is. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm about the same. I think it's gonna be a 4 out of 5 for me.
4 out of 5 for me as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Solid movie. All right, well, let's with all that done, let's move on to our retro review of The Fighter. So let's take a listen to a clip.
All right, I know you can't fucking stand me.
Really, what makes you say that?
I ain't got no use for you, all right? But my brother loves you. And you can't just run away because of me. He don't deserve that, all right? So I will quit if you want me to quit.
You're foolish, Ed.
I swear to God. I will quit if it means you come back, all right? But I want you to think about something. Mickey has a chance to do something that I never did. that in my time I never had.
Oh, yeah, my big chance was with Sugar Ray Leonard. I'm so great, I'm the pride of fucking all. Oh, yeah, I fought Sugar Ray Leonard. I've heard it.
I came here to make things right.
Okay, let's make things right.
Yeah.
Number one, you didn't knock down Sugar Ray Leonard. He tripped.
I was in a ring. Don't you think I know what really fucking happened that day? All right? What have you ever done with your life?
I like my life.
Yeah, what you ever done with it?
I like my life now,
What have you
Dickie.
ever done with your life? You're a college dropout, Charlene. You're just a little bar girl. Your life sucks.
All right, so The Fighter was released in 2010 and is directed by David O. Russell, stars Christian Bale, Amy Adams, Mark Wahlberg, and Melissa Leo. And the plot synopsis is a look at the early years of boxer Irish Mickey Ward and his brother who helped train him before going pro in the mid-1980s. So, Braden, what do you think of this one?
Absolutely spectacular film. I like David O. Russell. Not all of his films are top notch, but again, he's like Soderbergh. His worst films are still
Quite
watchable and very good.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, Silver Linings Playbook, which was actually quite enjoyable, got a lot of Oscar buzz. I think that was one of his weaker efforts. But it was still a spectacular film, and I liked the way that he sort of looked at mental illness and, people struggling with I think it was bipolar disorder.
Yeah.
And so it was interesting to see a film about that kind of thing and just the way he treated it. And Bradley Cooper and J. Law obviously were awesome. And I even really like Chris Tucker.
Yeah. He's good. Yeah.
Yeah,
really
for
good.
many, many years. I hated him. Fifth Element, awful, drove me nuts, right? And then, what was the thing that he did with Jackie Chan?
Rush Hour?
Rush Hour, yeah,
I like,
horrible.
I like Rush Hour.
Oh, him jumping around and screeching constantly.
Yeah.
But in this one, he got to sort of use his charisma, but be an adult rather than just being like, look at me, I'm a crazy comic relief guy. And so it was nice to see him do that. And so I really appreciated the film partly for that. But J. Law and Bradley Cooper were great. So anyhow, I think that was one of his weaker efforts. But The Fighter is just remarkable. There's no two ways about it.
Christian Bale is amazing.
Christian Bale is amazing.
You really don't recognize him the first time you see him.
No, you don't.
And so, because he lost a ton of weight for this, and he looks
He looks
sickly.
He looks like a meth head or a crack addict.
Which he is in the film.
In the film, yeah.
Yeah, and he's just this eccentric, weird, unreliable brother of Mark Wahlberg, and this is a true story. And both of these brothers were boxers, and I really like it. I think so. American Hustle is my favorite. David O. Russell, and then I actually really love Silver Linings. And then this will probably be my third favorite, but I still really, really like it. Yeah.
For me, it's I don't know. It's a tough call because I really like Three Kings. Honestly, I think The Fighter is my favorite by him, and then after that, it's a toss up between Three Kings and American Hustle. A lot of people didn't like American Hustle, which I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Maybe they got. It does get a bit confusing.
Yeah.
But
it's very dialogue driven.
Yeah.
Which and it's longer than maybe most films like that are.
Right.
But it's so well done and so well acted that I was just like, who cares? Let's make it 2.5 hours. And so that's my favorite. But anyways, so I do really like The Fighter. Bale's performance is probably my favorite part, and it's very well directed. I think there's always a lot of energy with David O. Russell, and I think at times for me, it almost started to wear on me a little bit. It just got a little tiring at times, just because his style is so kinetic, and then Christian Bale's performance is so weird and crazy, and then everyone, but basically besides Wahlberg, are crazy.
Yeah.
And then Amy Adams isn't crazy, but
a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. She's very protective of who is it? Mickey, Mark Wahlberg's character.
Yeah. But then their families are just insane. Like they're always fighting and screaming, and Russell is Russell. It's not just Russell is the king of showing a dysfunctional family.
Yeah.
But then he's also able to show there's still that element of love and care
Yeah.
somehow. I don't know how he does that, but in American Hustle, it's the same way, like with Christian Bale and Jennifer Lawrence, and then in Silver Linings with Bradley Cooper's family and all of that, and then in Joy as well.
Right.
Which I do like Joy. I think it's one of his lesser films.
Yeah, it was still quite good.
Yeah.
It was still worth watching. I agree with you. It wasn't his best effort, but I mean, it was still really good. Yeah, well, I think he's able to show somehow that all this dysfunction comes from families that love one another. If you love people, then there's obviously going to, you don't restrain yourself. You're not trying to put your best foot forward. These are people that you know, that you've been around for a long time, and so you don't feel you need to put up some sort of facade in order to,
Right.
Get by the way that you have to do in normal everyday society with people who aren't family. And so, of course, because you're not putting up these facades, you're bound to lock horns with them.
Yeah.
And so I think he does a good job of showing that a lot of this dysfunction stems from love.
Which I think this is in what, Pennsylvania maybe, or
I thought it was Massachusetts.
oh that makes sense. But it's kind of like the South here. You have same type of families, and I think everyone's kind of guilty of that, of just kind of going crazy sometimes for your family, whether it's justified or not. So it does feel very genuine, and comes from a place of experience, I think, with Russell, for better or worse. I hope.
Yeah.
I hope his family wasn't crazy dysfunctional, but I do like all of that stuff, and I love anything with Christian Bale forgetting that he has to be somewhere. Like he's always late to train Mark Wahlberg, and there's a scene where he's doing playing out his big fight from years ago in this house and doing meth. Then he realizes he's like 2 hours late, and so he jumps, he like just runs across town. And then there's another one where he jumps out the window into a thing of bin of garbage because his mother is outside.
Yeah.
And so he tries to get away, and it's
He's
just
trying
all
to get away from, because he's strung out again.
Yeah.
And he's supposed to be.
with training.
Yeah.
And so it's, and again, I guess this feels a little bit like Good Time, where he's a character who has that maybe deep down this place of love for Mark Wahlberg and for his family, but he's his own worst enemy at times. And so he's always getting in his own way. He's just never doing anything right, even though you can tell, and I think a lot of that is Christian Bale's performance, is that he wants to so badly, but he just can't do it for some reason. He can't follow through.
Well, I mean, it's addiction. It
Yeah.
grabs hold of him. It's a horrible monkey on his back that he has to deal with. And I think it's interesting, looking at The Fighter versus looking at Good Time, where you've got the Christian Bale character in The Fighter, who I think he does love his family. He does want to put his family first, but has difficulty with that because he's somehow fallen into this addiction, which it's hard for him to get away from that. It's hard for him not to put himself first because of his urges, his addiction. As opposed to this Konstantin Nikas guy, who he loves his brother and everything, but it seems even with this love, this sincere love, for his brother, he still winds up putting himself first. It still boils down to self-preservation. And so it's one brother who seems to default to self-preservation, and everybody else is peripheral, versus the other brother who, I think everything else, his family is the first thing, but because of this addiction, he winds up putting himself first. He winds up forgetting about his ties to them, and then when that sort of sets in again, he freaks out and runs away because he realizes how he's letting them all down.
Yeah.
So it's a painful thing to watch. I mean, both films are just painful to watch, but for very different reasons.
Yeah.
But The Fighter was spectacular. It's funny looking at Christian Bale in this, because I mean, he's like 160 pounds, stick figure.
Yeah.
And then you see him in the Batman films, which obviously he'd worked out quite a bit, big, muscly.
And then You see him in American Hustle.
You see him in American Hustle, and he actually,
Like,
that's him. That's not prosthetic.
And then the Machinist, if that's what.
Oh, yeah.
Which is so I love Christian Bale, but I hope he's not killing his body.
He is.
He needs, yeah, no, you need to stick around, Christian. You can't, don't do this very much.
Somebody was talking to me about this just recently. Maybe it was you. I forget who.
Well,
But they were talking about how actors so frequently put their bodies through such massive transformations in such condensed time frames.
I think that was on the show. Yeah, Tom Hardy was saying that recently he said he'd never do bulk up or put his body through what he had to do for Bane because his body doesn't feel the same anymore. Like
Right.
his joints feel different, and so I think Chris. I mean, I hope he knows what he's doing, but I mean, I always like to see an actor go all out, but he's done it
Yeah.
5-6 times in very insane ways, and
I appreciate their commitment to their craft, but at the same time, I mean, the punishment that they must be.
because he gained, I think, 35 or 40 pounds for American Hustle
Yeah.
of just kind of
Just
flat
pure
fat weight. Yeah.
Just, that's all he did. I mean, I remember reading something. He says he just drank shitloads of beer.
Yeah.
Because he had a big old rotund beer gut. I mean, he was large and in charge there.
But he is amazing in American Hustle.
Yeah, he's quite good. I mean, I really liked Mark Wahlberg. I mean, it's
Oh, yeah,
disappointing that Mark Wahlberg has become like a big star because he gets to do stuff like Michael Bay films, where he gets lots and lots of money.
Yeah.
But I just think of all the good he's done. Some very good films, I think.
Yeah, I mean, his work with Peter Berg, like Patriots Day and Deepwater Horizon.
All right.
And
That's
then-
been pretty good.
yeah.
Well, I was just thinking, the very first thing that I remember him in, Basketball Diaries with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, right, yeah.
Which was a spectacular film. And then Boogie Nights, obviously, PTA. And I thought he was really good in that. I mean,
yeah.
The whole cast in that obviously was spectacular, and so he had good people to play off of. Julianne Moore, awesome.
She's
I
great.
just love her. She's just amazing. But now he's the Peter Berg stuff, as you mentioned, which I'm not as familiar with those films. I did want to see Deepwater Horizon, but it came out and left before I had the opportunity to
I
see
mean,
it.
both. I mean, Lone Survivor is probably the weakest of the three, but
Oh, really?
Patriots Day.
Because I quite like Lone Survivor.
Oh, I did too. But Deepwater Horizon and Patriots Day are surprisingly both good blockbusters and also very well directed, and I think they're kind of misunderstood. Like, I have people who are hesitant or don't like to watch those because it feels like Peter Berg is making money off of tragedies, which, I mean, technically, sure, he is, but he does it in such a crafts these stories about real life tragedies in such a heartfelt, personal way that it's still very captivating and very touching.
Yeah.
And also being just an entertaining film. Like, you would think Patriots Day, about the Patriots Day bombing, would be some just cliched mess, but it's actually great. in
Yeah,
many
well, I
ways.
just
So-
think of all those disaster films that have come out. Like, aren't they doing a film now about the Boston Marathon bombing?
it's coming out. Well, that's what the Patriots Day was.
That's what Patriots Day
Yeah,
was.
but no, but they
Okay.
actually are. I think it's actually the same week as Kingsman this month.
Oh, really?
It's called Stronger with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh,
So,
okay.
I don't know how.
I don't know. I mean, see that, and then we've had a few different films about the September 11th.
We have that. Have you seen
Attacks.
the Charlie Sheen movie, 9/11
Oh
coming
my
out?
god!
It looks
well, I'm just thinking about what was it, Two Towers or whatever it was called, the one with Nicolas Cage. He
World
plays
Trade Center.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He plays a first responder.
Not great. Oh, but
Right.
United 93 is great though.
Okay, that one I'm not familiar with.
Oh, it's Paul Greengrass.
Oh, is it?
It's-
Okay,
it's-
he's spectacular.
That's one that you really don't want to watch very often, but it's so well made.
Yeah.
And that's another one kind of like Deepwater Horizon or Patriots Day, where you
Well,
would think it's this exploitative film, but it's
He does them in such a way that it's really. I don't understand how he does it, but he does them in such a way that it's really good. Like
Yeah.
Green Zone. If
Yeah.
nobody saw Green Zone,
yeah.
it's really good. Captain Phillips, obviously.
Oh, it's so good.
And what's the other one I'm thinking of right now that Greengrass did? Well, he did the Bourne
Films.
films.
Or
yeah. The
yeah,
first, second,
he did second and third, and then
Second and third.
the new one, which was not good.
yeah. Wait, the new one, Matt Damon new one, or
Jason
Renner?
Bourne. The-
Okay.
Yeah, the Matt Damon one.
Because I actually kind of like the Jeremy Renner one.
Yeah, it's all right.
But nobody went to it, but I
Yeah.
actually kind of liked it. I thought it was pretty decent. The,
Yeah.
the newest one, the fourth one with Matt Damon,
Not
I
good.
didn't see.
It's not good.
Not good. Okay. Well,
I mean, it's not horrendous, but it's not very good.
Not up to par with the first three.
No,
Okay.
but yeah, United 93 is like, and there's really no big name actors in it either, and it's shot in like a documentary style, and so it feels very genuine and realistic, and it's quite good. But anyways, back to The Fighter.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, I don't know if I have a ton more to say. I mean, all the boxing scenes are great. I love any training sequences, and I like the small town
Yeah.
vibe that it gives off. And
Trying to remember where it's set. I mean, it might be sort of a. God, I can't remember. Boston. There's a north end and the south end, and one of them is predominantly Italian. One of them is predominantly Irish, and obviously they would be in the Irish. I forget if they're Southeast or Northeast. If anybody out there in Boston is listening and I'm getting all this wrong, please don't lambast me for this.
let us know.
I love Boston. My parents used to live there before I was born. It's one of the greatest cities ever. It's awesome. I love it. I just everything's getting a little muddled. I apologize.
Let us know.
So, I'm trying to find out where that is now, looking at the IMDb and the whatnot. But it's
I mean, I do really like, veering off a little bit, I do really like the chemistry and the relationship between Amy Adams and Mark Wahlberg. They work great together, and I think their relationship is just very interesting. She's this bartender who's always getting hit on, and he just is a completely respectful, down-to-earth guy, and she's this relatively high-strung woman who's, and it's a very good relationship, and so I that's one of the, I think, the stronger parts of the film, and they both have very good chemistry together, so it's a nice thing.
this is interesting. I was just looking at this. No, I was just looking at some of the IMDb stuff. Apparently, this film had a budget of $25 million. That's a very reasonable budget for a film of this size with this caliber of actor.
Right.
Opening weekend. I shit you not. Opening weekend, $300,000. Right. Whew. And then it ended up grossing $93.5 million.
Huh.
So it ended up making back its money in spades. But the opening weekend, $300,000, and this was December. This was early December. So again, this is Oscar season. Right, this sweet spot when schools are starting to get out. So there's a lot of loose kids, loose money floating around loosely with a lot of time on their hands to go catch movies.
Yeah.
300,000.
Jeez. Oh, well, I know that since then, David O. Russell's films have been starting to get more financial success. Like Silver Linings did quite well, and then I think American Hustle made something like $200 million, I think, or something. And so it's, I don't know if Joy did that well, but I think he's getting to be semi-marketable. I think, especially with films like American Hustle, and at least if he gets a lot of big name stars, I think that
well,
helps,
he's been getting big name stars.
Yeah,
I mean, all of his films, I think, have. I mean, even going back to Three Kings, right? Again, Mark Wahlberg there, and then George Clooney and Ice Cube, who really put in a good performance in that as well. I mean, all three of them, I thought were really good.
Yeah.
But then you look at his recent stuff, The Fighter, right? Amy Adams, Christian Bale, Mark Wahlberg. You look at Silver Linings, it's J. Law,
De Niro,
Bradley Cooper, Robert De Niro. Joy didn't have quite as many. It was just J. Law
And De Niro.
And De Niro. That's right. Yeah.
And Bradley Cooper.
Yeah, he was in that as well. That's
Yeah.
right. He played TV exec or something like that.
Yeah.
And then American Hustle, which was huge cast.
Insane,
right? Yeah. So J. Law, Amy Adams, Christian Bale,
This guy's got it.
Jeremy Renner,
Can get all.
Bradley
get all.
Cooper, Louis C.K. even shows up in it.
Oh, he's so good in.
Yeah, he's such a tiny part, but he's so good in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of these people. He's one of these auteur filmmakers. Again, very similar to Soderbergh, who everybody in the Coen Brothers, that everybody loves their films. Everybody enjoys working with them, and so every time they put out a film, it's just huge ensemble casts because everybody gravitates towards them as directors. Everybody enjoys working with them so much that they want to be in their films, and so you get these huge ensemble casts.
Yeah.
So, which is not a bad thing. That's a good thing. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, that was just interesting looking at the numbers for that. It's 300,000 opening weekend. That's,
Brutal.
That's painfully
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. Well, trying to think if there's anything else. Classic. I guess is it Led Zeppelin? That's a songs that David O. Russell seems to have a lot in his films. Led Zeppelin.
Does he?
I think so.
I'm-
There's one song in this. Is it Good Times, Bad Times? That's
Yeah.
They have that in Silver Linings as well.
Let me see if I can find who's on the. Keep going. I'm gonna see if I can find who's
but yeah,
on the soundtrack. now.
Interesting soundtrack as I think American Hustle has one of the best soundtracks of any of his films. But I think that's a lot of that is because of the era that it's set in. So, but anyways, I don't have much else to say. Braden, do you?
No, great film.
Yeah,
Spectacular film.
definitely underrated, and so you should check it out if you can. It might be on Amazon or Hulu, something like that. But it's definitely worth watching, especially if you've liked some of the other films that we've mentioned by Russell. So, all right. Well, it's I think a 4.5 for me.
I'm gonna give it a solid 5. I think it's just that good
It's
of a
good,
film.
yeah.
So
All right. Well, let's get on to a little bit of news. So we were going to talk about a couple trailers, but we realized they're really not that big yet, and so maybe we'll talk about them closer to the release dates. But the big news of the week that just actually happened yesterday was surrounding Star Wars. So Episode 9, which is the one that's going to be coming out in, I guess, 2019, was going to be directed by Colin Trevorrow, who did Jurassic World, and he's been attached to that project since 2015, since Jurassic World came out. Mm-hmm. And just yesterday, he and Lucasfilm parted ways, and so they said they mutually parted ways, not giving much reason why, but which is a pretty big piece of news, especially with the Han Solo spinoff losing the two Phil Lord and Chris Miller,
Yeah.
I think is their names, and then being replaced by Ron Howard.
yeah,
And so, I mean, is Star Wars going to become the new DC where they can't hold a director?
that's what I was afraid of. That's what I was just thinking, is because I mean, obviously the first one went off without a hitch, but that's largely because of J.J. Abrams.
Yeah.
I mean, he knows how to make a film, and he exerts, I wouldn't say total control, but pretty comprehensive control of the films that he does.
Yeah. Oh, and we should say that the top contenders for Episode 9 now are J.J. Abrams and then the director of the upcoming Episode 8, Rian Johnson. And so it's possible Abrams could be directing this Episode 9. So
I would be happy if it's either one of them. I don't know. There's positives and benefits. There's good things and bad things about that. You know, if you get 3 different directors, each film may have a different tone, and it'd be interesting to see. You know, I'm really excited about seeing this next one.
yeah.
The Last Jedi that Rian Johnson's done, because Looper is so spectacular. But at the same time, you know, if you have one of these directors returning, they obviously, well, Rian Johnson's, you know, Last Jedi, whether or not that's good remains to be seen. But again, I have high expectations for it, high hopes for it, because Looper was so good. And so far, I've liked what they've done with the franchise, or at least the direction that J.J. Abrams has taken it. Now, I know a lot of The Force Awakens is sort of a copy of
A
New Hope.
Yeah.
I understand that. It was just like, hey, let's make it a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
You know, instead of having a giant space station, let's make it a planet that shoots lasers. And, you know, okay, fine, I get that. It's a return to form for them. It establishes, it sort of fires the fan base back up. It reestablishes sort of the Star Wars brand. That's the important things about it. But let's see what direction they go with this next film.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just hoping, cross my fingers, it's not an Empire Strikes Back. I love the Empire Strikes Back, but I don't want another one.
Yeah.
I love New Hope. I didn't necessarily want another one. Now that I kind of have another one, it's not terrible. I just think that there's a lot of ground, unexplored territory that they could have done with this first one. But again, it was so solid, and it really pulled me back in after the special effects fiasco that was
The prequels.
the prequels. Well, except for the third one,
Yeah.
which I actually quite liked.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I liked watching the downfall of Anakin Skywalker. I mean, that was the first one where you actually see some of the compelling emotion that you had in that first trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always been my thought, my sort of theory on this, and I'll just go through this quickly because it's stuff to talk about. But it's always been my theory that if you see the first one, New Hope, right? Fox, if I remember correctly, Fox opted not to. Part of George Lucas's deal with getting the film made is he said, you know, I want this budget, I want these things, I want to do this. And Fox said, sure. They weren't expecting it to actually do anything.
Mm-hmm.
They were just sort of, he'd had some success with American Graffiti. And so they sort of wanted to keep him happy until the next big thing came along that he did. They weren't expecting it to be Star Wars, though. And so he said, you know, I want to retain marketing rights, licensing rights for this film. And Fox said, sure. Dumbest thing ever. Dumbest thing ever. So if you look at that, I think Star Wars, he wasn't sure quite what to do. Empire Strikes Back, I think he sort of already had in the works at the time. Because, I mean, he'd had a huge idea for what to do with the whole Star Wars series. And so Empire Strikes Back, he already had some ideas for that. And then when the film came out and was a huge, massive success, right? You know, that and Jaws are what coined the term blockbuster. Mm-hmm. So Star Wars comes out, huge success, toys, marketing, all kinds of crap, huge money in it. Empire Strikes Back, he already had in the works, ends up putting that together. It comes out, huge success. And so he's making money hand over fist. And so I think with Return of the Jedi, that's when he realized, let me push the marketing. Let me see what I can do in terms of the marketing angle in order to, you know, get kids and really put out some products and things like that.
Yeah.
Which is why you get Ewoks. And then if you look at the trajectory of this, so it went from nothing to big marketability in terms of that first trilogy. And the newest trilogy, he decided to hit it straight up with the marketing thing. And so you get Jar Jar Binks and the droids, right? All these things that are obviously have children's appeal to children, the pod race. And so stuff that he can make into toys and sell. And then the first film did so, I mean, it did huge money, but it was abysmal in terms of critical
praise.
That's not the critics hated it. I'll just put it that way. Critics hated it. And so I think he finally realized that he can't just bank on toys and licensing. He actually needs to make decent films, which is what he did with the third one, is Revenge of the Sith, as he finally moved away from the childish toy marketing aspect and back towards a good, solid human story. Albeit with lightsabers and magic powers and stuff like that. But watching the downfall of Anakin, you know, and how he's corrupted because of his love for Padme and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's an age-old tale. But the point being, he moved towards marketing that first trilogy, and then away from it in the second trilogy, because of what was going on. He'd already had the commercial, the critical success with New Hope and Empire Strikes Back, and then this newest trilogy, he decided, yeah, let's hit him straight up with the marketing stuff, and then it turned out the film was crap, and then he decided, as it moved on, let's actually make a decent film, because if I don't have a decent film, nobody's going to pay attention to it, and I won't be able to sell a damn thing anyways. So it's actually nice that he's been sort of largely detached from this most recent trilogy.
Long story short, he's been detached.
He's been detached. So anyhow, there's my theory on Star Wars. I'm sure everybody out there in the blogo media sphere, whatever it is, will be up in arms about that. But I don't know. Anyhow,
who would you pick to direct besides those two? Would there be anyone that you would? Guy Ritchie?
No. I mean, I do like Snatch and Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, but that's his ilk. He tried sort of fantasy stuff.
King Arthur.
With King Arthur.
It's a gem.
I know you loved it. Nobody else did, apparently. That was a pretty huge flop.
Oh, yeah.
Huge flop.
Jacob, who was on the show before, who may be on next week, really liked it. I mean, but he's like a huge Guy Ritchie fan, so
yeah,
I guess he's biased. But
yeah. Well, I would say Denis Villeneuve, but he's already got Blade Runner coming out, and so I don't want to.
And he's doing Dune.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
I didn't even know they were doing yet another Dune.
Yeah, but it's with Denis Villeneuve, so it's going to be good. I think.
Doesn't mean anything.
And especially if you can get Roger Deakins back, like, it's going to be good.
Oh. That's a film that everybody should go watch. Jodorowsky's Dune.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so good.
It's a great documentary.
It is a spectacular documentary.
It's one of the more entertaining, insightful documentaries that I've seen in years, I think.
It's such a seemingly sort of frivolous subject, but it's so fascinating to see how this guy, his creative process and everything that was involved with it, and Marlon Brando and the...
Yeah.
And the excess that he brought to the... Was it Brando? It was...
Citizen Kane, what's his face? Orson Welles.
Orson Welles, yes, thank you. Not Marlon Brando, Orson Welles. And then Salvador Dali, right? And just the ludicrous
and then
shit
Pink Floyd was going to do the score.
Soundtrack.
And, yeah, it's crazy to see if this Jodorowsky, who's a great character for a documentary, if you see what he was planning to do and that came out, whether it was a huge flop or not, you can see how big of an effect it would have had if instead of Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like, how would film be, or what would it be now with that instead of Star Wars?
Oh, it's interesting because it also traces, even though Jodorowsky's version of Dune was never made, all of the conceptual artwork and all of the what he intended to do with sort of the plot and all this it directly traces that to a lot of these big sci-fi films that have come out. So Blade Runner for one, but also Alien, and then they even look at how it impacted Star Wars.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So everybody should go watch Jodorowsky's Dune. But
one interesting thing, so there's some visual concept art that you see of the city in Jodorowsky's Dune that you can see in Alien Covenant felt very familiar.
Yeah.
And it was really cool.
Yeah.
You can see even people like Ridley Scott, Spielberg, whoever are drawing from this unmade film. So
H.R. Giger actually did some of the conceptual artwork for Jodorowsky, and he obviously was the one that went on and did
Alien.
Yeah. So a very direct correlation there between the two, but even so, I mean, just some of the conceptual stuff and so forth with Jodorowsky's version of Dune, sort of indirect. There's a lot of indirect ties between that and these other big, Blade Runner, Star Wars, and so forth. Anyhow, David Lynch did Dune. I kind of like it. I mean, I know it was a disaster of a film. I
like it.
But I still kind of like it. I think some of the things that he did were interesting, and I kind of liked it. That being said, it wasn't the greatest film. It just seems like everybody who touches the Dune franchise, it falls apart
Fucked.
on them.
Yeah.
You know.
What about Christopher Nolan to do
What about-
Star Wars?
Christopher Nolan as Star Wars.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Not his ilk, for one thing. That's not the type of. I mean, could he do it? Maybe. Would it be a good film? Probably. Would it be the absolute best? No. I mean, I don't know that he's the man to direct a Star Wars franchise.
Tarantino? Be-
No.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see. I would like to see someone else other than Abrams and Johnson, just to see the difference.
Yeah.
You know, and so, but yes, it's. Ooh, what about Spielberg? It'd be kind of cool. I mean, he's not going to, obviously, but
It'd be kind of cool, but I mean, that would be such a slap in the face to Lucas if Spielberg ended up.
oh, true.
Because the two of them have been friends for so long, and then, you know, Lucasfilm, he sells Lucasfilm to Disney, and then Disney's, you know, Lucas, from what I understand, actually went to Disney with all kinds of ideas and big reams of paper with characters and script and plot and dialogue and all this kind of stuff, and Disney / Lucasfilm basically told him to take a hike.
Yeah.
So he has, from what I understand, minimal control over any of the creative process at Lucasfilm anymore.
Yeah.
And if they were then to hand off his sort of flagship enterprise to Spielberg, who's been a lifetime friend of his, man, that would be a slap in the face.
Yeah.
But
Well, let's just get Michael Bay in there. You know.
Michael Bay,
Final answer.
giant transforming. You see the Star Destroyers transform. Watch
Yeah.
the, you know, Death Star transform. No, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Denis Villeneuve would be somebody else because Ryan Johnson's already there. I mean, honestly, I can't think of a lot of really spectacular directors who are working sort of in the sci-fi genre. Fantasy films, forget it. Fantasy films, there hasn't been a decent fantasy film in ages. They've all been crap.
Well, I like the second Hobbit film.
Really?
Yeah.
The Hobbit series was.
Oh, yeah.
Peter Jackson's good. I mean, he could maybe pull off Star Wars, but I don't know. I just sound a little too fanboyish. Yeah, Peter Jackson, Star Wars. He's the best ever. Ooh, Lord of the Rings. Wee. No, he's a spectacular filmmaker, Peter Jackson. But the thing is, I want to see him return to some of the stuff like Heavenly Creatures.
Yeah.
Man, that was an awesome film. He should go back to doing some stuff like that. But I don't know. I mean, it's hard because there are a lot of good filmmakers out there, but would they necessarily be able to tackle Star Wars?
Star Wars,
is
yeah.
the question. But I mean, that's my mortal fear now. Is especially after hearing the Han Solo thing and now this. Is the Star Wars franchise going to wind up like the DC extended universe?
Yeah.
Where people just keep jumping ship and they keep bringing in new people, and then they have to do rewrites and reshoots, and then the film just turns into this giant
And it did
patchwork.
get a new writer apparently a month or two ago.
Star Wars?
Yeah.
Really, the third one?
I can't remember his name, but yeah. So
They should have, oh God, what was his name? Kasdan?
Lawrence Kasdan.
Yeah, who did Empire Strikes Back and then did the script for the,
And he also did Indiana Jones.
yeah. You should just have him write everything.
Yeah.
Seriously, I'm not even joking. Just have him, because Force Awakens, the script for that was solid. Empire Strikes Back, I still hold as, you know, a spectacular film. Not even, oh, it's a spectacular science fiction. No, it's just a spectacular film. Period.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, just have him write it. I don't give a shit. Just
Yeah.
have him write
Come
everything. You can have different people direct it. That's fine, but just have Lawrence Kasdan write everything.
Yeah.
That being said, yeah, I mean, if they can find other people to write it that are good, that's fine. But don't, you know, who's the writer of the week? Well, let's, you know, put our hands into the fishbowl and draw a name.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's going to ruin the film. I don't know, you know, why. they keep doing this, but I mean, they should be able to look at the products put out there by all these sort of patchwork films. You know, we've had 3 different directors and we've had 5 different writing teams and yada yada.
Like The
yada.
Flash and
Right.
all these other films, yeah.
Yeah. So,
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it's not coming out till 2019, so we got some time.
yeah. So it's a little ways. It's 2 years down the road, but I mean, even so, you know, considering I don't think they'd started shooting yet, right?
No,
But they were fairly well along in the pre-production process.
I think so.
So, I mean,
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm mortal terror here.
Yeah.
So,
Well, yeah, so we'll keep you updated about that if anything changes. And Lucasfilm said that they would let people know quite soon about what would be the next step forward would be with that. So hopefully we'll know soon. But all right, well, the other piece of news that it's not really a huge piece of news, but I feel like it's kind of interesting. I just happened to come across it a couple of days ago. So there's now going to be a Iraqi version or point of view version of American Sniper, the Clint Eastwood film with Bradley Cooper from a couple years ago. And I don't know exactly when it's coming out, probably within the next year or two, but so American Sniper followed the real life Chris Kyle, who unfortunately was killed or murdered, I should say, a couple years ago, and it follows his time in Iraq as he's had one of the deadliest marksmen, I guess, of all time. I guess his one of his nicknames. But anyways, there's this director called, I think, Amir Salama, I believe. Sorry if I'm butchering your name, but he said about American Sniper, I hated it. That was my inspiration. I hated it so much that I wanted to work on a different version of that story. And so now we're going to be getting a version of American Sniper, but with the enemy sniper that Bradley Cooper is chasing throughout the film. But it's apparently Chris Kyle actually didn't kill this guy, and so this director wants to right that wrong. And so I don't know exactly what it's going to be, but he says he wants it to be a anti-war film, not a pro-war film like he thinks American Sniper is, which is interesting.
well, I don't know. I mean, first of all, if you're going to do something like that, okay. I just don't know how he's going to be able to present that particularly from the perspective of the Iraqi sniper.
Yeah.
Without alienating American audiences. Secondly, how do you tell a story like this from the point of view of a combatant without it necessarily crossing into the line of sort of belligerent warmongering type?
Yeah,
stuff?
I mean, he says he intends no malice on anyone, and so it's not like he's doing it out of spite or anything,
Yeah.
but
He just wants to tell a different side of the story.
yeah. And so, I mean, it's...
Which I can understand, but given the political the what is the word I'm looking for here? Given the political context of the film and the political ideals wrapped up in it, how do you, again, portray this story from the point of view of an Iraqi sniper without... I mean, Shooter was already fraught from the beginning because, well, I mean, first, not only just how Clint Eastwood told the story, but the subject matter in and of itself. This Chris Kyle guy and his sort of, I guess, machismo bravado.
Yeah.
And then telling the story from his point of view. And again, in a very politically fraught situation, which is the war in Iraq. And it doesn't. I think a lot of the problem with Clint Eastwood's version of it was that it didn't catch a lot of the nuance. Should we have been there in the first place? What happened to Iraq in terms of the fallout from our occupation there? And I mean, all you need to do is look at the struggles that they've been having pushing IS out of their territory now, and you can see it's not as simple as, cowboy Americans show up with guns and shoot some people.
Yeah.
Ooh, kick ass.
I'm really not crazy about the movie American Sniper.
Not a lot of people. I think not a lot of people were.
Yeah, it's it's done in very broad strokes, and I did like Bradley Cooper, but other than that, it's just not that well made of a film.
Yeah.
And it does feel very politically driven at times, and it's not well written, and but anyways, I think it will be interesting to see how this alternate version plays out, especially since it is going to be made by, I'm guessing he's Iraqi, but how his point of view will play against American audiences, and then just in general, what path he decides to take with that. So
Yeah.
which, you don't really get this type of film that often.
No.
Someone who hates one film's perspective so much that he must do an alternate or opposite version.
Yeah.
So
It has the potential, and then it's interesting to see sort of an alternate side of the story. It's just, how do you approach a subject matter without sort of being reductionist and turning it into this like cat and mouse game between a couple of snipers?
yeah,
How do you make it so that it's something which captures the difficulty, the nuance, the complexity of the conflict in Iraq, without just turning it into sort of a crass action film?
yeah,
And I think that was the problem with the Clint Eastwood version, is it approached a little too much the crass action film aspect of things. It was just, the sniper going around and kicking ass, and it doesn't really capture the situation that he's placed into.
and I'd say even Lone Survivor a little bit does that at times.
It does. It does.
Even though I like that movie a little more than this.
Yeah, I like that movie considerably more than American Sniper. I actually quite like Lone Survivor. I think it's really
Yeah,
spectacular.
I think it's a solid film.
Yeah, it's really fascinating watching these special forces operatives and how they work, and I think it's really fascinating to see at the end of the film how these Afghani citizens sort of take him in, the lone survivor, Mark Wahlberg's character, and just one of the things, I guess, of how operating procedures have changed over there, and courting more friendship with the citizens within these countries, and how building these bonds. But anyhow, point is, at the end of the film, you see this Afghani family take him in, and it brings problems onto their village by what the Taliban forces, I guess, are moving through.
Yeah.
And again, even Lone Survivor, even though most of the film focuses on the special forces guys and what they're doing, it still puts it into a bit better context towards the end of the film, and shows how difficult, how complex these operations are, given the theaters that they're working in. And you don't really see much of that in American Sniper, if any at all. What is the larger context that these guys are
it's
working
just very straightforward.
Yeah.
And there's not much depth or anything to it, so it's I'd be interested to see this opposite version or alternate version, so
Yeah.
we'll see how that goes.
It could be good, or it could be crass.
Garbage.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but I guess you can say that about any film is
Sure.
It could be good or it could be garbage. I guess the larger point is, it could be good if it places things into more context, and it does a better job of showing the larger scheme of things than American Sniper did. Or it could be crass and just, woo, Iraqi forces is kicking ass and taking names.
Yeah.
And which not only would that be crass, but then that would really alienate American audiences, which you're trying to perhaps educate. I don't know what he would be trying to do with
Yeah.
this, but
We'll see.
alienating American audiences is not the way to go with trying to get your movie and your point out there.
Yeah.
So,
All right. Well, that's about all the news we got. So we can just move on to the.
you mentioned before Joker, and I was just looking at Variety, and they said something like, because Scorsese
So
is supposed to be producing this now, right?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
They want Leo
is the prime.
attached.
Yeah, I would be down if
No, absolutely.
you need a great actor to play the Joker.
Absolutely not. I mean, every actor in LA should at this point just say no Joker. Mm-hmm. They just go to the Screen Actors Guild, wherever, and boycott. Just hold up signs. No, hell no, Joker must go. Whatever.
Yeah.
No more Joker. All actors, actresses, everybody, just said no. I'm not playing Joker. Just turn it down. That's my call for you. Mm-hmm. Be the bigger man here.
Yeah.
Just say no. Just say no to Joker. I'm sorry. Go away.
Go away.
But, I mean, you know, it was shocking enough, first of all, that they're doing the standalone Joker film. Well, let's look at Joker before he's, you know, the Joker. Mm-hmm. Okay. That's a bad enough idea to begin with. And then they bring Scorsese on for this. Now, why he agreed to this, I don't know.
Maybe he's interested, you know?
Maybe, but I mean, you know, it's such a divisive topic. Perhaps only among the fanboys. I mean, the thing is, I saw something that it was looking at the numbers, and it showed, an average DC film with heroes that nobody knows about, Riddler or Clayface or something like that, right? Mm-hmm. And it had some decent numbers, and it said, and then with the Joker, and then the numbers just skyrocket.
Yeah.
So in terms of marketing, I understand it. The Joker is a huge, people for some reason love the demented sociopath.
Mm-hmm. Who doesn't?
Who doesn't like a demented sociopath?
Yeah.
But I mean, I just get so tired of it. Mm-hmm. I've seen so many iterations of the Joker at this point, and it's just do something new, do something fresh.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at what Christopher Nolan did, he didn't just stick with the Joker. Yes, he had the Joker, and he probably had what is the definitive Joker with Heath Ledger. But rather than sticking with the Joker, or leaving the door open to bring the Joker back, he said, no, done Joker, moving on, next thing. So, in the first one you get Ra's al Ghul, you get a little bit of Scarecrow. In the second one you get the Joker, little bit of Two-Face. And then in the third one you get Bane and, I guess, Ra's al Ghul's daughter. Mm-hmm. But basically Bane is the main bad guy. Well, sort of. The visible bad guy, I guess you could say. But, and honestly, I think Tom Hardy's Bane was every bit as good as Heath Ledger's Joker. Mm-hmm. It's just, people are going to, all the fanboys are going to be up in arms about that. Oh my God, Tom Hardy was nowhere near as good as Heath Ledger.
He's great.
He's spectacular as Bane. Mm-hmm. I wish they had done the sound a bit differently so I could actually understand his dialogue. But, he was really good, and I really liked Bane, and I really liked what they did with Bane. And having Bruce Wayne go through a lot of the same trials and tribulations as Bane had, I thought was an interesting, And so it's just for some reason the Joker has captivated American audiences. And so DC, obviously, they realize that's a cash cow, and so they're just going to keep going back and tapping it. Mm-hmm. And I just, okay, I get from a money point of view, but, so much other stuff out there to look at.
Yeah.
Why? I mean, frankly, I'm getting a little tired of Batman anyways. I like the character. I'm just, I've seen the Batman origin story 5 billion times now.
Yeah.
Let's do something new. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Anyhow, maybe I'm just cantankerous and cranky and old. I get accused of being that a lot, but I think I'm in the right in this particular scenario.
Yeah.
So, but Leo DiCaprio is the Joker.
I'm in.
I'm not at all. You know, I love Leo DiCaprio, and a lot of the stuff he's done with Scorsese has been spectacular. I mean, I'm particularly thinking about The Departed, but Shutter Island
Wolf of Wall
had
Street.
its moments. Wolf of Wall Street was
Oh,
pretty good.
I love Wolf of Wall Street.
I didn't love it. It was pretty good. It was, I mean, a very, very solid film. Mostly I liked it because Jonah Hill.
Oh yeah, and
Leo DiCaprio was awesome. He's awesome in everything. But Jonah Hill is really out of left field. I mean, the stuff he's done, Moneyball, and then Wolf of Wall Street,
yeah,
amazing. But he was so good as Donnie, the little dweeby weirdo who marries his cousin.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, and we'll keep you updated about that because we've talked about that a lot. So, all right, well, let's just move on to we got one listener question this week. So the filmbudspodcast@gmail.com is the address where you can reach us. We'd love to hear from you. Always like hearing from people, and you can also reach us on Twitter at the Film Buds and then on Facebook as well. So feel free to send us a message in any way that is easiest for you.
I'm just curious. Have we gotten any hate mail?
Not yet.
No?
No hate mail yet. If you got hate mail, send it our way.
I'd just be curious. I don't know what, I'd just be curious what we'd be saying that stepping on people's toes that they get
Yeah.
so riled up to send us hate mail.
Yeah, well, yeah, if you got hate mail or if you have criticisms, please send us. We'd love to hear from you, genuinely. We're curious, so. Okay, well, this one was actually on Twitter, so that's... And this is from Treat Freak 1025.
Treat freak?
Freak, like I'm a freak.
Okay.
But treat.
Treat?
Like a...
Trick or treat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so Treat Freak 1025 says, hey, what is your two or top favorite performances of the year so far? Or if not, or if you don't have that, of all time? Mine for this year would be Andy Serkis and War for the Planet of the Apes and Scarlett Johansson and Ghost in the Shell. Thanks so much for the show, Treat Freak 1025.
Okay. That's a tough one because there have been a lot of good performances. I mean, just even in the last few weeks, Jeremy Renner. I mean, this week Robert Pattinson really blew me away.
Yeah. Well, I have some here written down. So Andy Serkis was one for me as Caesar. He's incredible.
Yeah.
And then Charlie Hunnam in Lost City of Z. He's very good. And then Hugh Jackman in Logan.
Right.
Gal Gadot in Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Daniel Craig, Logan Lucky. And then I know this is kind of a stretch. It's not like one of my favorite performances, but I really liked her. Cara Delevingne in Valerian. I really liked her.
I didn't see that.
It's good.
I think I'm kind of happy I didn't see that.
It's good.
Is it?
It's good.
Oh, okay.
Don't listen to Will.
You're about the only person.
Don't listen to Will.
Okay.
But I really liked her in the movie, so and it's not an incredible performance, but I really enjoyed her. So and then as you're thinking, I'll read some others off of like all-time performances. So
Yeah.
Charlize Theron in Mad Max Fury Road, love her as Furiosa. Brad Pitt in The Assassination of Jesse James. Heath Ledger as in The Dark Knight. Daniel Day-Lewis in Lincoln. Leonardo DiCaprio in Wolf of Wall Street. Scarlett Johansson in Under the Skin. And then, of course, ones I mentioned all the time, so I won't say anything about it, but Rooney Mara and Noomi Rapace as Elizabeth Slander in Dragon Tattoo.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. I mean, of all time and this year, that's a tough one. I mean, because there's so many. I'd have to say one of them would definitely be Leonardo DiCaprio, and for me, The Departed. He's so good in that. I mean, Matt Damon also. I mean, the two of them just remarkable.
yeah.
Oh shit. I don't know. I mean, it's so hard to pick a few performances. I mean, the most recent stuff is really fresh in my mind. So I mean, that's why I'm thinking Robert Pattinson in Good Time. Really, everybody should go. I mean, he's so good in it. It's really, his performance is outstanding. Jeremy Renner in Wind River, as
Yeah.
I said, was really good. I really liked Elizabeth Olsen in that as well.
Anything over the summer? And I would say Michael Fassbender in Alien Covenant for me. He played these two different performances, or he gave two different performances. I liked him a lot.
He was really good. Honestly, I'd have to say Noomi Rapace in What Happened to Monday.
Oh yeah, I had completely forgotten about
Yeah.
that. Yeah, of course, that's one of my favorites.
Loved her in that. I'm just trying to think of other stuff that I've seen this year. I've seen a lot of stuff, and a lot of it has been condensed in the last few weeks. So it's hard to. Oh geez. Really like both Channing Tatum and Daniel Craig and Logan Lucky.
Oh, and Adam Driver.
And Adam Driver as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean the whole. I mean, you know, again, a Soderbergh film. You can just basically say, I liked the cast.
Yeah.
I thought the whole cast was spectacular, and you're not, you know, that wouldn't be lying.
Yeah. Oh, and then I'll say I did like Scarlett Johansson in Ghost in the Shell as well. Treat Freak 1025. I did like that.
I didn't see that.
good.
Again, it's one of those things. It's just a personal. I refuse to see live action adaptations of anime film because they're always terrible.
Yeah. Oh, and I missed one on my list. So for all time, Johnny Depp and Ed Wood. Loved him in that. He's amazing.
Yeah, I have to give it up for that one. Now he was good in that, as was oh geez, the actor who just died.
Oh, shoot.
He played Bela Lugosi
Yep.
in it. Yeah.
Can't think of it. Oh, and then I would say also Joaquin Phoenix in Inherent Vice. He's absolutely hilarious.
Oh, all time. Joaquin Phoenix, Philip Seymour Hoffman,
And The Master.
The Master.
Yeah.
Amazing. Amy Adams in that as well.
Oh,
all
yeah.
three of them.
Yeah.
Command performances. Absolutely astounding. Takes your breath away. That film is just superlative. It's just so perfect.
Yeah. We should do a retro review of that
Yeah,
sometime.
I give it like 5 plus stars. I mean, it's oh geez, I'm trying to remember everything. Pardon me, I'm looking through some stuff here. I did quite like Hugh Jackman in Logan. Thought he was really good.
Oh, and the girl. I can't remember her name, but she was great.
Either. She
She's
was really
great, though.
good, and of course Patrick Stewart,
Yeah.
which Patrick Stewart should have gotten an Academy Award for Green Room. Honestly,
He's good.
that's another astounding performance in
Yeah.
the Green Room. Anton Yelchin, may he rest in peace, was also spectacular in that.
Yeah.
But Patrick Stewart was so good.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And yeah, but I had forgotten about Noomi Rapace. So yes, her and her all 7 performances in What Happened to Monday is definitely one for sure. And that was the thing of Dunkirk. But while the performances are good, there aren't really ones that are like so incredibly nuanced that they're really worth mentioning. You know, they're all
Yeah.
strong, but that's not really the point of the movie. But
No, the performances are good, mostly for the emotive aspect to them. They're not. It's not really, you know. Here's Kenneth Branagh interacting with some guys. Isn't he spectacular? He's playing Shakespeare character.
Yeah.
No, it's they're all just the characters are there, not really as throwaways, but as they're sort of background to the story and the visuals.
yeah. Excuse me. Oh, and I would say Jude Law in King Arthur. I really liked him in King Arthur for the part that he was in.
I didn't see it,
Yeah.
and I'm not going to see it.
And that might be about it for what I have. I think there are definitely still some good performances to come,
Yeah.
especially with some of the indie movies coming out. So
Yeah, I mean, we got the Oscar season coming up right now. Oh shit! I'm just trying to think of other stuff that I've seen this year that really blew me away. Oh god, I honestly can't remember. Andy Serkis I thought was really good. And War for the Planet of the Apes.
yeah,
It's amazing how he's able to convey so much expression and so much emotional dynamism through CG characters.
Yeah.
Even though I know it's motion capture and all of that,
It's still amazing to
what
see.
they're able to do with his face
Yeah.
and how he conveys emotion with his face and how that translates into the characters in the film, that is remarkable. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not big on the CG. I'll be the first. Avatar really drove me away just because giant cat people, giant blue cat people. But I think what Andy Serkis does is a little more subtle. If that makes
very
sense.
subtle and nuanced.
I think it's a really remarkable use of technology in that sense. So, oh shit, I don't know though. I mean, damn it, I don't know. There's a lot of good stuff.
What about
out
Woody
there.
Harrelson and Planet of
I
the Apes?
liked him a lot in that as well. Yeah.
Or anyone in Spider-Man?
I mean, it was a good film. Would I say there are any standout performances? No.
Bradley Cooper as Rocket Raccoon in Guardians. I absolutely love his performance as
He
Rocket.
is good. I mean, I like his I like the voiceover work that he does as Rocket Raccoon.
Yeah.
But again, the whole cast, it's good, but I don't know that there's really any standout performances. I mean, if you're looking at those films, for me at least, the standout performances, to be totally honest, Chris Evans and Sebastian Stan.
Yeah.
And just the two of them working together as Captain America and the Winter Soldier, or Captain Steve Rogers and Bucky Buchanan.
Yeah.
I really like the two of them together, and I think they really capture those characters well.
Yeah.
But again, command performances, I don't know, not really.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything really that has been. There have been some good performances this year, but nothing that really just like I watched it and it blew me away.
Yeah.
Again, not in the way that anything since like Save the Master did. Again, one of the standouts I would have to say would definitely be Noomi Rapace and What Happened to Monday. I really liked her in that, and just what she brought to each one of those different sisters, I thought was really good. God, what else? If you can think of anything else, let me know.
Yeah, I mean and if you have any thoughts, let us know. Of course, we'd like to hear your favorites as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, I think we gave a pretty good. And Daniel Craig is, well, we had already touched on Logan Lucky. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, so yeah, let us know if you have any thoughts. But hopefully that answers your question, Mr. Freak.
Yeah.
Or Mrs. Could be Mrs.
Could be Mrs.
Yeah, I don't know.
Treat Freak 1025.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Unfortunately, Chloe isn't here to give her comments on
Yeah.
the aggravation of not knowing if it's boy or girl.
Yeah. She'd have some insight, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Is that a gendered handle for Twitter, or is
Yeah.
that a non-gendered handle for Twitter? Who knows?
Let us know. All right. Well,
Oh, I just wanted to throw out there, because you had talked about doing a film sort of as a counterpoint to Good Time about sisters.
right.
And we discussed some of these films about something that we could do as a retro review. You talked about My Neighbor Totoro, which is good, but that would have been a jarring juxtaposition going from Good Time to My Neighbor to a Miyazaki film.
Yeah.
But obviously the sister, what do they call it? Fraternal, and then the something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But if anybody out there, whoever's out there listening, if you can think of any good films, that would be a good sort of retro review in terms of like sister relationships,
Yeah.
excluding Hannah and her sisters, because we already thought about that. But
And I also thought of the Virgin Suicides, the
Oh, yeah.
Sofia Coppola movie.
Yeah,
And
that's
so
right.
there are a couple out there, but yeah, let us know because we were kind of struggling with that one. But yeah, that's another one we'd love to hear from you. So please genuinely email us or message us in whatever way you would like. But yeah, at some point we should talk about a Miyazaki movie. That'd be cool.
yeah, that would be cool. I do enjoy his films. And
Yeah.
It's funny that Studio Ghibli now, we should really discuss Disney and Disney eating up all the good
I
little
know, seriously.
Lucasfilms, Marvel, Studio Ghibli.
Yeah.
God only knows. They also own Universal, I think, but Universal's not one of those little boutique studios. So
Right.
Well, Lucasfilm isn't really a boutique studio. Marvel isn't really a boutique studio, but they did. If you catch my drift, they built their names on one thing. Lucasfilm was Star Wars. Marvel was the Marvel Comics.
Yeah.
And Studio Ghibli was Miyazaki's films. So it's just interesting that Disney's buying up all these very sort of focused studio products. I guess just because those products that those studios put out are so well received.
Yeah.
So, anywho,
Yeah.
yeah, sister films.
Yeah. Yeah. Let us know.
And no Sister Act. I'm not watching that again. That's not happening.
All right. Well, let's.
I mean, blood relations. I'm not talking about sisters and God's love.
Yeah. Right. We won't go into it on the show. All right. Well, let's move on to our picks of the week. Don't have much else to really talk about this week since it's just the two of us. And so we'll keep it relatively short. But so picks of the week, I'll say Ingrid Goes West. You know, showed at Sundance. I wasn't able to see it, and saw it yesterday and really enjoyed it. Very interesting satire and commentary on social media. Doesn't feel dated like a lot of movies that inject social media into their films or into their stories. Very charming and funny. Ingrid Aubrey Plaza and Elizabeth Olsen are great together, and I think Plaza in particular is incredible in this, and I think it's definitely worth watching, and it may only be in theaters for maybe another week or so, and so
Yeah.
definitely give it a look if you can.
Well, it's not doing anything, but again, all these small sort of indie, weirdo, artsy-fartsy films, they don't do much anymore.
Yeah. So yeah, that's in theaters right now. So give it a look if it's around you. So, Braden, what about you?
I don't know. I haven't really had the time to catch anything after sort of frying my brain on Soderbergh films last week because I watched 3 of them back to back. What was it, last Thursday before? So then I worked over the weekend, and I've been trying to. I am super excited about seeing The Trip to Spain.
Yeah, I am too.
That's on my radar, and that's one thing that I definitely am going to catch. So I haven't seen it yet, I know, but I will see that before the next show. So I don't know if this counts for now or for next week.
That works.
But,
yeah.
But that's what I'm really looking forward to is The Trip to Spain, because the first 2 films I really liked, and I mean, Steve Coogan and Rob Brydon together are great. And they're a lot of fun, and they're both really clever, really witty. They work together so well, play off each other, the impersonations that they do, the little vignettes and scenarios are so funny.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, the food porn.
Oh sure.
Who doesn't
I
love food porn?
Yeah.
But I think what really captivates me about the films is even though they've got this sort of facade of, you know, charm and wit and the interplay between Coogan and Brydon, which is remarkable. There's a lot of sort of deeper undercurrents that sort of get lost in all of that about aging and maturity and being an adult and coping with responsibility. And those sorts of things sort of set in once in a while. And I think these films really capture the notion that these 2 guys are doing this partly because it's fun, partly because they do enjoy one another's company, but also largely because it's an escape for them from this reality of getting older and having children and coping with career difficulties and so forth. So, and this one in particular, I think will be funny after watching, you know, Coogan after his success with Philomena, which is a spectacular film, by the way. Watching Trip to Spain will be funny just because of all the jokes about that. So.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm super excited for. Honestly, I can't think of much else that I've seen. I've been trying to pay attention to what's coming out on Netflix, but there hasn't been really too much exciting or sexy coming out on Netflix lately.
Nothing sexy.
No. So, I don't know. What do we have coming up this Friday? It's coming out this Friday, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then
Mother the next week.
Oh, Mother the next week, and then the week after that is Kingsman,
and then American Made.
Right.
The next week.
But I am kind of excited about American Made.
Yeah, me too.
So I kind of want to see it, but I don't know.
Tommy C's back. Love the guy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess that about brings us to the end of the show. But so thank you so much for joining us. And so next week like we've already said, we're going to be doing Stephen King's It, and then we might think of a retro review to do, maybe some other Stephen King adaptation. And if you have any recommendations, let us know. We're always happy to hear from you. So, and hopefully Chloe will be back, and maybe we'll get a guest on or two as well.
You better be back. Somebody better be here.
Yeah.
I'm sure everybody's sick of listening to me prattle on.
So, and again, the Steven Soderbergh shows up. So the filmbuds.bandcamp.com only costs $1. Get 5 Soderbergh movies. So feel free to give it a download. We hope you like it, and we always appreciate you sticking with us through all our weird little quirks and technical issues and all of that stuff. So,
Trains.
yeah, and trains, which is I guess the second one that's happened in this show. So. All right, well, thank you so much for joining us, and until next week, see you later.
What you